We're back here in the locker room. It's halftime. And yesterday, what did we talk about? Getting in the game, right? Specifically what? What about getting in the game? You said it. We on the team. We on the team. What you say? Get out of the stands. We are on the team. Wear your jersey. Be proud to be on the team, right? All right. So now that we have established that we're on the team, if you have accepted Christ as your Lord and Savior, if He's a part of your life, if He's your homeboy, your best friend, your brother, your age-boom coon, your man and them, right? If that's who Jesus is to you, then you are a part of the team. If He's not all of that yet, please believe we are praying that by the end of this session, not this session, but by the time we go, that you will want to be a part of the team, because we would love to have you. We can walk you through that, but no means, by no problem, all right? But for all intents and purposes, you on the team. You got your jersey. You have your position, right? But now, I think that we're going to do a little surgery today. Okay? We're gonna dive a little deep. We're gonna go a little deep today, guys, and so I want you to be prepared. If the drills are a little bit too intense, if it gets too hard and you want to tap out, you can't do it. You can't do it. We can't tap out today. We gotta go deep. We gotta cut through the surfaces of things, because I'm seeing the way we playing and we off to a good start, but I feel like something's still holding us back. Something is still holding us back from just getting on a new level. See, I want to be on a new level. I'm on a new level. But I feel like we can't get there yet, guys, because there's something that's still holding us back. And I feel like we are relying too much on yesterday's game today.
Good coach.
I think that sometimes we are too stuck into our past. We are too focused on what has happened before. It's like you go to a test, right? And you don't perform on the test. And now today we have a new test, but you too focused on the last test. You know, we was at a game today, but we took an L in the last game, and now it's time for us to show up for the game, and we not performing because our head is not there because we too focused on the last game. Ladies, see if you can relate to this. Maybe you ever got to an argument with your mom, right? And
It's just like.
Well, I got you. Maybe if you can relate, feel free to. But ladies, you got to argue with your mom, and you realize that y'all two are the same person. Am I here? You're the same person, and so what you do internally is you try to rebel and refute everything that she's saying, right? Because she's too much like you, right? So then, in that attempt to not be like her, you end up sabotaging other relationships that are around that remind you of her or the argument that you had. Has anyone ever related to that? Okay, maybe one person.
It's deep.
Two people. Okay, we got some people. Fellas, have you ever had to be on stage or perform or give a group project in front of a lot of people, right? And maybe you fumbled through it, like, you thought you were about to finesse it, and you kind of did, you fumbled around it. And so because now you got an issue with public speaking because you messed up maybe one time and you swear you will never get on the stage in front of people ever again. Has that ever happened now? Anybody? Okay, we in it. Okay. Maybe for those who want to be in couples or relationships, those who want to have a babe one day or got one right now, they do not here with you or they are. I don't know what your situation is. What I do know is, have you ever got hurt by a person in a relationship? And because you have gotten hurt, you now build surface relationships with other people.
What's that?
A surface relationship is a relationship where we're not going to get too deep. I'm going to keep you at arm's length. When I'm dapping you up, I don't bring it in. I keep it right here. We just right here. Because if there's any attempt of me getting close to you, I can get hurt. You got the opportunity to come hurt me, and I will refuse to get hurt ever again. So I keep you at arm's length. We don't go any deep. And instead of you breaking my heart, guess what I do? I break your heart first.
I don't do that.
Hey, Jews don't do that. But has anyone else been in that situation? Okay, so all of us, wherever we 2025, we can all say that we have had experiences, we have past hurts, past mistakes, things in our past that are still haunting us today. We are living too much in our past, and we're not truly living in today, because all we have is now. But we're so focused on the past that we can't even see what's in front of us. We can't even see and honor and value what God has orchestrated to be around us. So again, we go into the game, we showing up, at least now we showing up, but we not getting in it. We not playing, we not passing, we not doing anything. Okay? And so what I want us to do is dive deep inside of ourselves through this talk and help us to assess what's really going on. Are we being trapped in a moment of time? And do we need to move forward in that? Because again, we're still traveling on this journey with Peter. See, we're gonna walk through Peter all throughout these talks. Because Peter, again, was a natural man, a normal man, just like all of us, right? But he did some extraordinary things. But he too, I feel like, had moments where he was living in his past. Where there was the opportunity for him to be trapped in a place and not move forward. And if you have your handy-dandy Bibles on your phone, or you got the personal joint, I need 3 readers today. 1, 2, 3. Okay. This Kyle. Okay. Nice.
Hey.
And Sam. All right. So I need Kyle. I need you to turn to John 18. John 18. Everyone knows I can turn here too. He's going to read. We're going to go to John 18, verse 15. Kyle, you got verse 15 through 18. Yeah. Yeah, stop at 18. Sweetie, remind me your name again? Tanisha. Tanisha, I need you to read John 18, verse 25 through 27. Sammy, my man, I need you to go to John chapter 20.
Hey, X.
21, actually.
Hey, X.
Yes, sweetie.
Does Kyle read 18 or does he not read 18?
He's going to read out loud, but you're going to hold off. I just need you to turn there right now.
But does he read the verse 18?
Oh, yeah, he read verse 18.
Okay.
Read verse 18. See, that's why you need a wife. Okay? They make sure you're right. All right? Yeah, you're going to read 18. Sam, you're going to go to John chapter 21. We're going to 21. We're going to go 21, 15 through 19. All right? Now, everybody got their verses? You're John 18, 25 through 27. All right. So, up to this point, we got to figure out what's happening with Peter, right? So I'm going to take you on a little journey. Peter, we know, as we was on a boat, Jesus comes through, sinks the boat, says, hey, I'm making you a fisherman, right? Fisherman. Oh, shoot. Peter now says, okay, I'm going to leave everything, I'm going to follow him. Now, Peter has now been walking with Jesus for a little time now. Jesus, the Son of God, the Word made flesh, the God of the universe who came down to help deliver us and save us from an eternity of life outside of him. He has been doing some crazy things that Peter has been right there. Peter has seen a man healed. Peter has seen 5,000 people fed. Peter has seen a man who died, raised, and come back to life. Peter has even walked on water. Peter has had the revelation that Jesus is the Son of God. Not some figment of imagination, not some prophet that's come before. Actually, those prophets, Peter has already seen. Peter has gone to a mountaintop, seen Moses and Elijah, 2 great men of faith who did extraordinary things. And he went up there with Jesus, come back. He saw Jesus turn from regular old Hebrew brown-skinned Jesus to this whole white figure of Jesus, right? He's seen a lot. Peter has been right there by his side every step of the way, and now Peter is about to make the biggest mistake of his life. Jesus is about to be arrested for being practically who he said he was. He's been upsetting authorities. He's been causing ruckus. He's been healing people. That's a ruckus. He's been saying that he was going to die and he rose again, that he could forgive sins. He's been doing all these things and has been causing a problem in the neighborhood of the Jews. So they're like, yeah, we got to get this man up out of here. All right? So Peter is at, right now, we're at the point where Jesus the cops are coming for Jesus. They done called 12 and he about to pull up. Okay? For those who don't know what 12 is, 12 is a vernacular slang for the police. Okay? Well, anyway, so right now, Kyle's going to read what happens when Jesus gets arrested. Go ahead, Kyle. You sure can if you like. Y'all give it up for Kyle. All for the court, all for the building. Go ahead.
Hi. So I will be reading from New International Version, John 18, verse 15. Is this like closer? Yeah. You gotta get closer. Simon Peter and another disciple were following Jesus. Because his disciple was known to the high priest, he went with Jesus to the high priest's courtyard. But Peter had to wait outside at the door. The other disciple, who was known to the high priest, came back, spoke to the servant girl on duty there, and brought Peter in. You aren't one of those man's disciples too, are you? She asked Peter. He replied, I am not. It was cold, and the servants and officials stood around the fire they had made to keep warm. Peter also was standing with them, warming himself.
All right. Tanisha, you up.
John 18, 25 through 27. Meanwhile, Simon Peter was still standing with the guards, warming himself. They asked, aren't you one of the disciples? Peter denied it, saying, I am not. A servant of the high priest, a relative of one whose ear Peter had cut off, said to him, didn't I see you in the garden with him? Peter denied it again, and immediately a rooster crowed.
Thank you. Y'all give it up for him. All right. So, now remember that big resume I just listed of what Peter did, right? Peter did all these things. And now, when people are asking, yo, Peter, are you a part of the team? He's saying, nah, I'm not a part of the team. 3 times they asked Peter, do you know this man, the quarterback, the star player? Are you a part of it? Do you know him? And he says what? No. He says, no, I don't know him. A man that you left everything for. A man you've been walking with for 3 years. Every single day, you've been getting up, you've been eating with this man. You've been bathing with this man, you've been hanging with this man, you've been laughing with this man, you've been crying with this man, you've been praying with this man, you've been healing, and you sit there and say, I don't know him. But at this moment, Peter is in a crucial state, right? And he can easily get stuck at the place of denial of Jesus. And that's where we get a lot of times too. We get stuck in the moment in our past where we may have made a mistake, or something may have happened to us, or we may have failed. Because if we never understand why, we can never move forward. And we have to ask the question why, because obviously something is holding us back. Some reason, there's got to be a reason why we're staying there. And we're not moving forward. And that can be hard. Because how many of us really want to accept the fact that maybe we've been crappy? One person. Right? Everyone, no one wants to accept the fact that you may have not, you said you was going to do something, but you didn't do it. You said you were going to be somebody, but you ain't that person. You said that I was going to follow the Lord, and I ain't been following him. I've been following myself. You know, I can admit, I'm not always the best husband. I'm not always the best son. I'm not always the best leader. I'm not even always the best me. And that takes work. That takes a whole lot, but you have to accept that and move forward. We cannot stay in that past state. And how do we do that? Well, one, you need to allow God to enter into your heart. You need to allow him to renew your mind, to change it, to shift it, and to change your heart, your will, your desires, your emotions. And you got to let it go. You got to literally be like, you know what? I'm not going to focus on this anymore. Yes, I did it. I'm going to move forward. I'm going to change. If there's something in your life that you don't like about yourself, you have the power to let God change you, and then you do the work in it. You got the power. Say, I got the power.
I got the power.
You got it. No one has to put a gun in your head to change. If you want it bad enough, just like nobody got to tell you to shoot the rock. If you want to make the goal, shoot the rock. If you want to be a beast in the class, study. If you want to get a man, go talk to her. Like, it ain't rocket science. So, Jesus is with his best friend again, who we haven't seen since the man died. Now he's back again. I know this may seem like, when I tell the story, this could seem like, yeah, right, this man said he died and he rose again, and he's now hanging out with the people, but it really happened. People who can attest to, right? You can go look and Google it, and it'll show you, boom, this happened. He was here, there's facts, right? So Jesus is with Peter. They ate, broke bread, had breakfast, maybe had some French toast, some bread, I don't know what they had, you know what I mean? And now he's like, yo, we're gonna have some conversation. Yo, Peter, do you love me? Now Peter, at this moment, has to have an assessment, bro. He got to say, well, do I love him? I did deny him. I did say I didn't know him. I did run and turn my back on my best friend, my ex-girlfriend. Well, do I love him? After doing that, he said, well, yeah, I do. All right, Jesus, yeah, I love you. He says, okay, feed my lambs. Jesus says, you start calling him by his whole name. Peter, son of John, do you love me? Peter's like, Jesus, you know everything. You know I love you. A third time, Jesus said, Peter, do you love me? The scriptures say that Peter gets grieved at the question of, do you love me? And he said, Jesus, you know everything. You know that I love you. Jesus says, feed my sheep. See, right now you're saying that you love me and you will follow me. But right now somebody is giving you orders. You're doing what you want to do. But there's going to become a time where you're not going to do what you want to do. And that was kind of pointing to where Peter was going to end, where his destiny was. See, I think this obliterates the misconception that somehow when we're in our sin, or when we're doing something that is bad or wrong, or when we're in trouble, or when we're feeling ashamed, when we're feeling inadequate, when we're feeling like nobody should want to do anything with us, when we feel like we got to get ourselves together before we can get into a relationship with God, when we feel like we got to be this perfect set of being, and we're not perfect, then we're separated from him, that Jesus somehow wants to be like, nah, I don't want nothing to do with you. But Jesus, at this moment, goes to Peter after he done got denied and still shows him love, still eats with him, still is like, yo, I still got something planned for you, still speaks destiny into his life. And that's what he will do for each and every single one of us. Just because you make a mistake, just because you fail, does not mean it disqualifies you from what God has for you. A matter of fact, a lot of the lessons that we learn do not come from our successes, it comes from our failures. We learn the most when we fail, not when we necessarily succeed. And Jesus wants to, and he will speak life and destiny into you if you allow him to, and get rid of your past. See, Jesus is at this point, y'all, where he is restoring Peter. Because Peter denied him 3 times. Jesus asked him 3 times. Each denial, he comes back with a do you love me, to restore him back to the state where he was. So he still is the person who the rock in the church is going to be built on. He's still the person who's about to go and run the play and do a whole lot of big things. Just because he failed or he had a bad experience doesn't mean it's going to stop what's coming. The same could be said with you. Maybe it's going to be real deep. Maybe you experienced horrible things. Like maybe you were molested and you feel like you can never be touched or loved in a very pure way. And Jesus is trying to show you, no, I want to show you what real love means. I want to show you what true love and affection is. I want to show you that not only can I love you, but I can put somebody who can honor and cherish you in your life. Maybe you're a person who feels like, yo, I have done the unforgivable. There's nothing that can come, I cannot come back from this. And he wants to show you, no, I'll forgive you. I'll give you a new life. I'll give you a new way of thinking. I'll give you a new set of people. I'll give you everything. And then I'll allow you to be able to forgive those who have wronged you as well. I don't know what it is in your past that you feel is holding you back from giving him your all, from going hard. But I want to encourage you to allow him to enter in and let that go. Because it's not about what you do when you fail. It's about how you get back up after you fail. It's not about, did I take this L? It's about, am I going to let this L define me? Because you are not defined by your losses. You're not defined by your past experience. You're not defined by your mistakes. You're not defined by your hurt. What you are defined by is what the Creator says about you. You're defined by what you do once you get back up. You're defined by how He created and designed you. That's what defines you. When He says you're fearfully and wonderfully made, that's what defines you. When He said, yo, I created you in my image. I created you good. I gave you dominion over this earth, over the birds in the air, the fish in the sea, everything that walks and creeps. Everything is supposed to look up and honor you. That's what defines you. I gave you purpose and a mission and a position to play on my team. That's what defines you. That's where you find your identity and not in your past. Just like a person who drives, you can't drive looking in the rearview mirror. You're going to crash. You can't live life looking in your past. You're going to crash. You got to be able to look forward. You got to look in the now if you're going to catch this W. So yeah, last night I took an L, but tonight I bounced back. I might have messed up last night, but I'm about to bounce back. Because if you don't bounce back, you're not going to be able to run the play. That's what we're going to talk about tomorrow. So, what I want us to do tonight, and every night after, and every day, and every moment, every second, anyway, I want you to think about, am I being held back by my past? Is there something I need to let go of? And if so, I want you to ask the Lord, show me how. Show me what are the practical steps. If I need to change what I'm thinking, if I need to change what I'm doing, if I need to change who I'm around, if I need to change what I'm listening to, if I need to change who I'm reading, if I just need to ask for accountability, let me know. Because if I'm on your team, I want to be the best player on your team. I don't want to be sitting here riding the bench. I don't want to be sitting here when people are analyzing my stats. They sitting there saying, yo, he trash. She trash. She don't want me. I don't even know why she on the team in the first place. You want them to say, yo, they a problem. They a beast. They the best leader, the best human being possible. God must have smiled down upon them and said, yo, I did my thing right there when I made them. But you're not going to do that if you're still looking back in the past, if you're still looking behind and not looking right in front of you and now. All right? We got to get in the game. Y'all ready to get in the game? We're going to talk about it tomorrow, how we going to run this play. All right? Hands in. Hands in, hands in, hands in. Everybody hands in, 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 hands in. Get in the game on 3, all right? 1, 2, 3. Get in the game!
That's what I'm sipping on, cause I'm feeling like I got the juice. Hey baby, excuse me, I'm too wavy, but I keep it coming